Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 11 here on Riverbend Springs with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, we're picking up right where we left off. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon that same day. I have tractor set up here and ready to go to work. We are going to take the Alice and we're going to throw fertilizer actually on both fields, but we'll start with the oat field. And then I have the John Deere set up here with the mulcher. And after we get our oat field fertilized, we're going to put Grandpa Walter back to work again. I told him if he's going to hang about, well, we're going to put him to work. And so he's going to mulch this, and then we'll come back and we'll cultivate it. And then we'll be ready to put the crop in next month. Now, we'll kind of watch for cars here. So I think I'm just going to do this freehand. Might waste a little fertilizer, but now, interestingly, I was watching somebody else who was doing some harvesting and was having the same issue that we were having here, and they had speculated that it was due to the down ground, I should say, deformation. And that could be it for sure. I'm going to look. There was a mod in FS25 where you could control the cutter head height. I don't know if that's about yet, but I may look for that. The other thing I suppose we could do is see if we could put wider tires on the old Massey, or possibly duals. We'll sneak out on the road here. The idea being just to keep it from settling into the ground so much. That might be another possible solution. Sooner or later, I'm sure there will be a fix for it anyways. It's funny, I did not notice that when we were doing our canola. And we harvested 3 fields of that. I just don't recall that happening at all. Maybe the field conditions were such the ground was harder, so the harvester wasn't sinking in as much as it was on here. Potentially. All pure speculation at this point. Now the bales actually are just sitting right where I had stacked the silage bales. I need to do a little shed cleanup before I can put them away, but I thought I could do that either this evening or in inclement weather. I thought we better take advantage of the nice day while we have it to get this field work done. And just like that, we are done. Okay, well, I will get Grandpa Walter going on here, and I will bring you back in when we're fertilizing the second field. Because I'm curious, once we get that done, where that will leave us as far as yield bonus goes. And then, of course, we will need to roll it. But we'll check at the end of each of those stages to see where we're at. So I'm going to park up here, get Grandpa Walter going, and I'll see you in a few minutes when we're on our canola field. So I'll catch up with you in just a second. Okay, here we are on our canola field. And just a reminder, we are starting out at 70% yield bonus. And we are currently 50% fertilized, but now this should go a long ways to getting us to 100%. Well, I should turn the HUD on and see how much fertilizer we have. Oh yeah, we have lots to get this done, I would think. Still have another 2,000 liters in there. Now I'm doing the fertilizing first, just so the roller can kind of roll it and help mix it in, mix the fertilizer in. In the game, though, it makes no difference whatsoever which order you do it in. That's why I chose to do it this way. And same for the oat field. Put the fertilizer down, and now Grandpa Walter's over there mulching it and working the fertilizer in. Of course, when we're over there in a little bit cultivating, that'll really work it in. This braid ale doesn't have the widest spread width, but we don't have huge fields, so it works pretty good. It's a piece of gear I didn't use a whole lot in 22 because I used modded stuff right away with wider spread widths. I used that Amazon one that would spread lime out to 42 meters along with fertilizer. I used that one an awful lot. We can zoom in here, which will help us avoid some of those trees. Now I thought Grandpa Walter was supposed to be out there mulching. I'm sure he is. We'll just drop this back here where it was for the time being. And we shall grab the roller. You can see our bales and bale trailer just sitting over there. ready and waiting to be looked after. Okay, and off we go. Now, before we do this, we'll jump out here and we'll see where we're at. Oh, we need the HUD again for that. We are at 92%. And it says it needs rolling. Okay. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. I keep forgetting this one drops right onto the ground when you unfold it. It doesn't have a lift function in it. I do like to do it off of the field though, because if you unfold it on the field, it leaves a pretty good scar from where it unfolds. Of course, it's only there until you exit the game and then come back in. Oh, I don't know. Do we need to put a work? Are we going to be able to see where we've been? Oh, yeah. Yeah, if we look at it the right way, we can. All right. Yes, I could have actually used steering assist for this. And actually, maybe that's what we will do. We'll just get to the end here. We'll turn that on. A little bit more on the field. Okay, let's do this. We'll do steering assist. Yes, one headland will be fine. Okay, we'll just catch that line there. And oh, that's not the line I wanted to catch. I want to catch this one here. There we go. And we'll fix up that corner when we come back around. Now we don't need to worry if we can see the texture change or not. I do like the steering assist. I do use it quite a bit. I find it very handy. For things like this, where the texture is hard to see, or I didn't do it for fertilizing, but I often do for fertilizing and liming because you don't have any overlap. Or if you want to work at night, it's good as well. Okay. This one here we'll just do this little piece just by hand. Not the fastest implement in the world, though, I will admit. Now I think I'll just keep you guys on board, because we just have this field and the next field to get prepped. Well, this one we're not prepping, but we're finishing off, and the other prepped. And that's really all I had planned for this episode. So there is going to be a fair bit of rolling here. It's going to take a few minutes. So if you jump ahead, I won't hurt my feelings. I won't be insulted, because it's not the most exciting thing in the world to watch. And actually, to that end, when we get to the end of this row, we'll jump out and see where we're at. So if you do want to skip this part, you're more than welcome to. But for those of you who like just watching the farming, feel free to stick with me. Okay, let's jump out here. And we will see where we're at. Very interesting, 95%. And we have done everything to this field, including the weeding. There is nothing else to be done. So for some reason, there's some kind of glitch. 95% is all we're going to get. Because as you recall, we actually ran the hoe over this field when they said there was weeds growing. So I guess we should just feel fortunate that we have a portion of our grass field that's actually at 100. Now I wonder if it's possible. It doesn't say it needs lime, but if it's because it hasn't had lime recently and it drops down a certain percentage each harvest, you don't add lime until it comes up and tells you need lime, which I think is 3, is it not? 3 harvests, I believe. That might be something to test. I just don't recall. I was operating on the assumption that our fields were at 100% before, because we did everything to them. I can't say for certain that I actually checked them. So they may have only been at 95. It's definitely something I'm going to keep my eye on going forward. Yeah, we just need to kind of clean up this little spot here where we jump to steering assist. Steering assist. There we go. We've got a couple areas, I don't know if you noticed, where almost looks like there might have been hail damage. I'm not aware of any hail since we put this crop in. Of course, nothing's saying it couldn't have happened overnight while we were sleeping. But it'll be interesting to see if we are losing or have lost any crop there. When it hailed on our oats, basically at this stage right here, it looked like there was damage. But we did get crop damage in our grass and a little bit in our canola, not a lot. Interesting, I didn't point it out, but that area of grass that got hail damaged is still showing as damaged. If I actually had a direct drill, I might have gone over that spot and reseeded it. But we'll wait until the crop comes fully up again and see what it looks like, if we'll do anything about it or not. Well, I certainly didn't expect to see this at 95. I tell you, that was a real surprise. I thought this would be at 100, and it was just something funky going on with weeds and grass fields. At 95 kind of did surprise me. Now I thought it was with precision farming, but it might have been base game as well, and I just didn't realize it. But I did a test with precision farming and lime. Like, same thing, it'll say your lime is perfect, and then it goes to good, and then okay, or something like that, and then needs lime. But each time you don't lime the field, it costs you is it 3% or 6%? I can't remember. I actually did the test, and so I limed every time to get maximum yield. That's what you needed to do. And maybe that was true in base game, and that 5% is because of the lime. Because we did lime those patches that we plowed, didn't we? So, as we progress, I will keep an eye on things and do I wouldn't call it an actual testing, but just see if we can't figure the answer out to this. But there we go. We are done with that. We have the field 100% as best. Oh, did I miss a spot down there? Or is that a shadow? Well, I'll take a look. I'll run back to the farm this way. But anyways, for now, I will leave you there, and we'll see how Grandpa Walter is making out with his mulching chore. And when he's done, we'll look onto our cultivator, and we'll cultivate that field. So we'll see you then. Well, we're back and ready to start cultivating. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, and you can see I decided to conduct a little test here. I went and put a band of lime around the field so that we can compare the yield inside the field to outside the field, and that will prove whether or not it has anything to do with the lime. So next month when we seed this, we can either confirm or disprove that hypothesis. Now, when I ran around, and the reason I did just the outside is that took Well, I filled the spreader up till it was about half full, I'd say. Maybe not quite. I should have actually paid attention to it. As usual, I figured this out after the fact. But it used nearly half a spreader load. At least a third, if not more. And so I went and looked at the oats, and at the best price, if we got 5% more oats, we would gain $1,500 is all we would gain. And I took that $1,500, and at my buy station, where I have a slightly better price, I could only buy 5,000 liters of lime with that, and I think I've got close to 5,000 liters on here just as it is. With precision farming, it only put as much lime down as it's needed, and I think in base game it just puts the same amount irregardless. So if this turns out to be the case, that it is the lime, it's certainly not worth it if on oats you're going to pay more for the lime to get the yield to 100% than what you're going to gain in crop. Now, if you're growing soybeans or something that's more valuable, you'd have to analyze that on a case-by-case basis. And of course, you'd want to pay closer attention than I did to how much lime went down and what the costs were. What I might do is, if it does turn out to be the case, then I investigate that a little further. But when I came out here to cultivate it, I thought, this would be the perfect opportunity to kind of put that to the test. Now, hopefully, I don't get a car coming along. Just missed him. And we won't need to wait long. Next month, we can put the barley in here, and once we get it in, we will know. Now, the cereal crops, oats is a pretty good seller, I always found. So if it won't pay for oats, I would doubt it would work out for you on barley or wheat. Now, of course, you could always take and analyze that further by taking a look if you took that crop and converted it to flour, and would that be worth it? Would it pay? It's just like how far down the rabbit hole do you really want to go? For me, I just want to know why I haven't got that 5%, if I'm doing something wrong or not, or missing something. Then I can do whatever analysis I want to see when it's time to put lime on. I would, just flying by the seat of my pants, if this turns out to be the case, I would say every second harvest is probably where it would start to pay, depending on the crop. Because 10,000 liters, I really wish now I had paid attention or recorded when I threw the lime down, so I had real numbers. You can see in the top right hand corner, I did pick up a couple nice contracts for this month, or for today actually. I guess it was 3 a day, wasn't it? When I did that, I really wasn't paying attention to the time, because it's 5 o'clock. Of course, we got long days, but they're both fairly quick. There's a baling contract, a round baling contract, and a cultivating contract. I was thinking what I might have to do is bring you along to the baling contract to fill out this episode, but you know what? We're not doing too bad. Yeah, it might be a little bit shorter, but once in a while, one that's a little shorter won't hurt, I don't think. I mean, it's certainly going to be equal to the length that I was typically doing in 22, which was 30 minutes. but I have started lengthening them out a little bit and letting them run. Not so much with a time target, but just kind of where it naturally seemed to end. And that seemed to be between the 40 and 45 minutes. Some, I think, even got up to 50, but no one's complained, so I just been doing it the same way. This one will probably be more in the 35-minute range, I'm thinking. All depends how much cultivating I decide to record. I do like this diamond-shaped cultivator. That's the button I'm looking for. It was a nice addition to 25. I've used it a lot. Or disc harrow, I should say. I guess it's technically not a cultivator. We won't need it as much on the farm if we get a direct drill. And I would like to upgrade to a direct drill with the ability to put fertilizer down, because like I said, I've played so much with precision farming that I never put fertilizer down with when I was seeding. I always did it after the fact. So it's a good opportunity now that we don't have it to do that, to get a drill that will apply fertilizer at the same time. Well, there, I think we're far enough from the trees we can actually watch a little bit of this autocab. $33 we have on our Alice right now. It's been doing a lot of work for us on the farm. And we currently don't really have a need for any more horsepower. We still just have the two tractors we started with. Although if a used tractor about this size came up in the store, I would seriously consider it, because at times we could use another one. Zoom in here, we can hear the sounds of the equipment working as long as I quit yakking. Oh, forgot to put the course on. Oh, goodness. You know, I can't overload this old brain too much, it seems like. Goodness. Well, you know what? that note, I think I will leave you there before something else happens. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you're still with me, I really do appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content lands, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode here on Riverbend, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.